Hey everybody, I want to talk about reconciliation, parental estrangement, and also parental abandonment. And I want to share an experience that a friend of mine had, and I'm hoping this can help someone else. Now, I think when it comes to parental estrangement, reconciliation for majority of parents is something we hope and desire. And I'm coming to you all from a different point of view, and this has to do with parental abandonment leading up to parental estrangement. And so I'll just give you a background on my story. I was raised in a Catholic family. Dad drank when we were very young, stopped drinking for a time, and then my parents got divorced. My dad started drinking again, and that made our childhood very challenging. And so my dad sort of walked away from us, except for, once Saturday, we go out to eat one Saturday, every other Saturday or something like that. So anyways, my dad stopped drinking. He became my best friend, and we had a very close relationship. So then, a while ago, I dated someone who was disconnected from his dad too. And I said, I reconciled with my dad. He was my best friend. If your dad reaches out, maybe you could give him a chance. And he said, yeah, I think I might be open to it. And he said, but you don't know my dad. So I said, alrighty. So while we were together, his father reached out, and there was a gathering at his sister's house, and we went, and I met his dad. And then I understood why he really didn't have a desire to proceed in life alongside his father. His dad talked in general, like it was all surface conversation, but he never showed interest in his son. The conversations revolved around his dad, his interests, this and that. But other than that, there was never any questions about my friend's life. And so reconciliation doesn't always go the way we think it will. And some parents only want to have a relationship with their kids so they have clout, so they can say, my son, my daughter, my this, my that. And so that was my friend's experience. And my experience was I did have a relationship with my dad, and we were best friends when he passed away. So that worked out for us. But we both came to the table and had a very loving and kind relationship. My dad was a very giving person. He struggled with his own demons, but in the end, he was free and clear of alcohol, which really, really helped. And on the other hand, as I've stated before, I was disconnected from my mom from a very young age on. I wasn't very close with her, and I didn't feel she was very maternal, and that's just the way it is, and that's my experience. So I've tried to reconcile with my mom a number of times, the last time being when my grandma turned 100, and her dying wish was that my mom and I continue our relationship or reconcile or whatever. So we did, and my husband met my mom. And then I sat down and talked with my mom and said, in order for us to have a relationship, there has to be trust, and if you have a concern about me, talk to me and not other people. And within 6 months after, I found out she did not honor my requests, and I had to lovingly say, I can't proceed, because without trust there is no relationship. So I just want to say, reconciliation sometimes happens, but it's short-lived. Sometimes people just aren't meant to continue on this path together, and that's just the way it is. So I'm trying to give parents an idea of how they can possibly I don't know, get their sons or daughters to talk to them, or at least what should happen if your son or daughter reaches out. It's if you don't have a maternal or paternal bone in your body, they might not stick around too long. So anyways, that's all I wanted to say. I hope this helps, and I will be back.